James Langton's Ocean Prophecy. There was a man from all Nantucket, he grew whiskers on his bucket. His razor blade, Indian took it, now his bucket's grown a beard. And is looking kinda weird. Ding dick dick dang dang dang. Now, old Nantucket was a whaling man from the Atlantic coast, once heard him boast he caught the most, with a harpoon right between the eyes. Turned the seas into a bloody mess for she's to tease in their corselets, squeeze into their pretty dress. Power oil lamps for he's to stay up all night fight, tell each other lies. It was a cold and dark September day when he set sail from Cape Cod Bay, going to be whale number 704. Sea was black, sky was grey, to the captain he did say, gonna catch me another 700 more. There was a man from all Nantucket, he grew whiskers on his bucket. His razor blade, Indian took it, now his bucket's grown a beard. And is looking kinda weird. Din dick dick dang dang dang. Let me tell you about this bucket now belongs to old Nantucket. Story someone has got to tell. He bought it from an old curiosity store. They sold it from a whiskey sozzle crazy red Indian squaw. Her claim came from a shaman's sacred well. I tell you something may sound weird. Indian brave, though mighty feared, cannot grow a beard. Ancestors plucked them out with a clam shell. Way back then, used to get really cold at night, moist from the breath, gave the frostbite. When first the white man thought that bucket must have come from hell. There was a man from old Nantucket, he grew whiskers on his bucket. His razor blade, Indian took it, now his bucket's grown a beard. And is looking kinda weird. Din dick dick dang dang dang. Somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean, skimmer bird gathers circle, cause commotion. She rises, god damn, biggest baleen ever been seen. 1,000 tons she must have weighed, could be his final escapade. Harpoon King finally met his queen. As water cascades from her blowhole like a fountain, to keep his crown has spring down his bone of blubber mountain. Ties his harpoon tightly to a coiled rope. He thrust it forward, yes she took it, along with old Nantucket and that bucket. She's not prepared to be boiled down into soap. There was a man from old Nantucket, he grew whiskers on his bucket. His razor blade, Indian took it, now his bucket's grown a beard. And is looking kinda weird. Din dick dick dang dang dang. She takes him to the bottom of the deep blue sea. Last place this whaling paler wants to be. Life flashes right before his eyes. Filled with whore saloons, life on the water. Cries of 1,000 whales that died, or he tried to slaughter. Light goes dim, time for him to say his last goodbyes. Now, in the dark, thinks he's dead. Baleen Queen took that bucket, stuck it on his head. Turned out to be an ancient talisman. Belonged to a once great Atlantean magician. Nantucket, not the first to rape the sea, spread disease, do as they please. Now on his knees, Queen explains to him her position. There was a man from old Nantucket, he grew whiskers on his bucket. His razor blade, Indian took it, now his bucket's grown a beard. And is looking kinda weird. Din dick dick dang dang dang. I, the mighty blue baleen, queen of the sea. All that is good, bad, happy, sad. All that you have had, or will ever have, has to filter through me. Eventually, I, the mighty blue baleen, Queen of the sea. So you are the whale-killing king. Such sorrow you bring. Let us get one thing clear. Here you address me as Your Majesty. I, the mighty blue baleen, Queen of the sea. You are the whale-killing king. Such a sad, insignificant little thing. Now I allow you to bow before me. I, the mighty blue baleen, Queen of the sea. I have no need for a king. Married to the ocean, pure love, pure devotion. Arctic Circle I wear as my ring. I, the mighty blue baleen, Queen of the sea. For a deed so cruel, you must face trial. For your greed, we each bleed a nautical mile. Now, only our dolphins still smile. I, the mighty blue baleen, Queen of the sea. I am Judge Emperor Penguin. In this landmark case, I will be presiding. Who will be giving evidence? In what order? I will be deciding. All of it will be admissible. None of it I will be overriding. Dolphin's here to defend. On him, man has to depend. Or into oblivion, they will be sliding. I am Judge Emperor Penguin. In this landmark case, I will be presiding. Silence in court. Help the defendant up off his knees. You are charged with commotion on the ocean, treachery on the high seas. Silence in court. Try to remember where you are, please. You there in the gallery will be ejected if you continue to tease. Silence in court. For you and your creed, how do you plead? I promise to be fair. Raise your right hand in the air. Guilty. Guilty indeed. First up, the lobster. Are you or are you not the lobster in a pot that they forgot? That is me. Please explain how this came to be. Well, I was sitting all alone in my usual spot. Made a wish for my favourite dish, fish that has started to rot. Did you ain't any basket? No, my casket. Gift from the gods. It was not. I keep a dream. It's me, they. It's hard to survive. No, still alive. Hot in a pot. Thank you. The lobster in a pot that they forgot. The cod. I know that you have had to come quite a long way. Please tell us why it is important for you to give evidence here today. Well, I am here to make myself clear about my deepest fear and dismay. The way we are treated, one day our species will be depleted. Mankind, so blind. Please excuse me, I would like to continue, if that's okay. You see, if allowed, our seabed will be ploughed and ploughed. They just troll and troll, take us all away. We do not need them. We feed them. They do not feed us. I thank you all for listening. I have nothing else to say. I bid each and every one of you a very good day. Next, the sea otter. I am the sea otter, otter of the sea. I have got a lot to tell about what a rotter man can really be. I am the sea otter, worry constantly. No longer stray on land, stay afloat, my coat in high demand. I am the sea otter, squatter of the sea. I am the sea otter. Would you want to be like me? On my back, use my belly as a dock. Clams I crack with a little rock. I am the sea otter. Now, a refugee. I am the sea otter. Nowhere left for me to flee. My fate, quite horrific. Wrap myself in kelp to help from drifting on it into the Pacific. I am the sea otter. Listen to my plea. Call Lucky Jim. In your own time, Jim, my lad. They call me Lucky Jim. A prawn from Dublin Bay. Slim was able to give evidence here today. They call me Lucky Jim. Dublin Bay. The others, not as lucky as me. Dead on the seabed is where they lay. They call me Lucky Jim. Except for him. This hard for me to say. He calls me discard. The more of me he catches, the more of me he throws away. Thank you, Lucky Jim. Next, the shark with no fin. You may begin. I am the one they consider dark. They who are so full of sin. I am the one, the shark. The shark with no fin. I am the one they consider dark. They who do as they please, use our seas as a bin. I am the one, the shark. The shark with no fin. I am the one they consider dark. They who war with their own kith and kin. I am the one, the shark. The shark with no fin. They are the ones who took what they want, then threw me back in. Now I just spin, spin, spin. I am the one they consider dark. I am the shark. The shark with no fin. Call the dodo. In your own time, sir. I, the beginning of, the and. I tell you, wherever they may be, whether on land or at sea, mankind will never be our friend. I, the last dodo. The last dodo there is ever going to be. This cannot be denied. On this sweet earth, no one more qualified to give such bleak testimony. I, the last dodo. The last dodo in the whole universe. We of the sea now hold the power. All mankind we must devour. Put their curse into reverse. I, the last dodo. The last dodo. Let us not pretend. I, the beginning of, the and. Time to hear testimony of our Queen. Courtroom echoes with deafening silence. A tale of how she lost her chance to wean. Down to mankind's sickening violence. He, stolen from her teat. She, so alone, so incomplete. Feel his ghost still by her side. Heal cannot. God knows she tried. A story no mother should have to tell. Once bathed in heaven, now drenched in hell. Never crueler could life be. He future ruler of our sea. He was such a pretty boy. My brains, his father's looks. We gave thanks to the goddess Aphrodite. 'Twas not the other way around. Such a pretty boy. When they first saw him, the mermaids that is, oh how they sang. Sirens they never made a sound. He was such a pretty boy. Gentle, kind, good-natured through and through. Such a pretty boy. My heart torn apart. What am I to do? He was such a pretty boy. Where should I begin? In the melee, we separated. They had him spiked. Spiked to the side of their ship, trying to lure me back in. Such it lasted 7 days. 7 days and 1 night. Then my pretty little boy gave up his fight. He was such a pretty boy. We never got our chance to say our last goodbyes. Sometimes, mostly when I am on my own, still hear his cries. Such a pretty boy. Mankind, so full of hate. Creature quite perverse. They who used our prince as bait no longer feature in our universe. He was such a pretty boy. Finally, the dolphin. The only friend mankind can depend to defend. So you think you can defend the indefensible, dolphin? Yes, your worship, I do. With the greatest respect, I must protest. Your rhetoric, hardly impartial, highly subjective. This sharp practice at its most blatant. Point taken, dolphin. Point taken. Please proceed. Thank you. You know not who I am. I am the dolphin, here to defend. To a watery grave, have you not already decided to send my two-legged friend? You have heard it been said here today that I intend to defend them against you, the defenseless. This vile, one-sided bile I have heard here so far really has been quite relentless. Do not take me for a fool, as I always wear a smile. Unfortunately, 'tis my only expression. I smile when I am happy, when I am sad. In jest, depressed, impressed. Would not want you to get the wrong impression. For those amongst you who have never caused our sea even one fluid ounce of trouble, to show could he or she please blow a little bubble. No, not a one. How very, very odd. How about one from you, eh, Mr. Cod? Is it not true that you gorge on a lobster's little babies? A simple yes or no will do. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. What about the shark? The poor little shark without a fin. Where should I begin? Have we or have we not at one time or another fell victim to his menacing grin? What of the otter? This got to be said. Should he or should he not be in this very dock for using his rock to bash the clam about the head? Let us not forget the lobster. The lobster in a pot. I have felt his pincers on my bottlenose, something I have not forgot. Can't you see? We orbited by exact same moon. We nourished by exact same sun. This fact from which we cannot swim away from. Fact from which they cannot ever run. As a gannet needs the land as much as needs the waters. On our planet, our barrier should be only sand. Are we or are we not all Mother Earth's most precious sons and daughters? If we lose our moral anchorage, our two tides collide, we may never heal the rift. As the goddess Persephone said, ship without anchor cannot sail. It will merely drift. I know you cannot abide mankind. Your reasons are just, are true. Now it is a whole, they too have a soul. Just like me, just like you. For I have swam beside them, lonely sea. When we smiled, we really smiled. Happy as can be. Yes, I have swam beside them across the lonely sea. For one brief moment, there was no them. There was no us. There was only we. Thank you, Dolphin. Be on your way. Silence in court. Silence, I say. First and foremost, I would like to thank you all for gathering here today. You each have 2 pearls. One baroque, the other spherical. Now, I want you all to think rationally about your decision. Please, do not get hysterical. If you're not prepared to forgive, then choose the baroque. Take it to where the sirens live, at the seahorse-shaped rock. If, on the other hand, you find mankind our curse, please immerse the spherical pearl in the Royal Mermaid's purse. As the sirens start to wail, To their death, lust-led seamen start to sail. Ripped apart, shipwrecks start to stack up high. Light wind turn into a gale, Brock Pearl now begin to hail. Drop by gull that flock, block the moonlit sky. To Seals Island, bottom feed a gorgeous trail. Mermaids sit, open purse, no avail. Dolphin, still smiling, start to cry. Squid and octopus squirm irate, can pearl of hate, 8 by 8. This rate could be up for days and days. Queen and council, tete-a-tete, she not prepared to negotiate. Knows mankind will never change its ways. Saltwater species vent their scorn as darkness melts into new dawn. When earth and water mix, always turn to mud. This day Brock Pearl Mountain to be born, as the earth in two is torn. Fishes get their wishes. Rivers will run warm with human blood.